Basketballs are going to tell a story of the different eras of Black Wall Street, right? Past, present, future. What is the story that you wanted to tell through the art?
The best way to understand what the future is going to hold, or even moving forward, like what direction can you go if you don't know like what you don't want to repeat. So the past part, that was perfect for me.
You were invested in the past.
I was ready.
Yeah. What about
the future,
present?
we're gonna get there.
Yeah, for me, the present, I don't know, just the ball just symbolizes now in a very, very pivotal way. You look at different projects going on with different artists, like the Fila project going on. There's a lot of community, there's a lot of embrace going on within the art community here, where everybody's adding their piece to it. Everybody's trying to paint this picture that we're trying to paint as a collective and show what Tulsa has and what Black Wall Street has became. And to piggyback off what Eddie says, each ball kind of connects with each other. Like there's past, present, future. There's not a ball that needs to be singled out. They all kind of come together to make what we're trying to do. And I think that's just important to showcase.
So mine is about the future, and there's a couple of different paintings that they use for this piece, and they all represent resilience, and they represent following your dreams and your goals. There's an image of a little girl who's blowing a dandelion, and so she's making a wish, and so this represents, the bright future that we see happening right here in Greenwood, right here in Silhouette. There's so much good energy around here.
Talk a little bit about your experience here and like what you want people to know about it.
And it's crazy because my grandpa used to take me to get my hair cut around the corner. Like, that's how much that this means, So growing up here, we were raised on athletics a lot. We were raised on athletics, but to the point to where it seemed like that was the only way out for a long, long time. And being an artist from here, we're literally creating different avenues for the future and what we're trying to do. And being from here, it's a sort of story that's not showcased enough. And a lot of that is, can tie into the, us not being taught of it in school or what's going on in school, and learning about Black Wall Street from our family members, the older generation ahead of us. It just means so much, and it's just home. Like, this is our home, this is our story.
And the cool thing about this collaboration is that basketball is such a relatable thing to youth. And for them to see, oh wait, like art isn't just, drawing, art, or, art isn't just on a piece of paper. It could be on a basketball. Like, how crazy is that? This thing that I love can also incorporate this other thing. And so I think that you guys are really opening kids' eyes and perspectives locally of like what's possible.
The exciting part about growing up, basketball was my passion, because if I was grounded, that's the only way I could leave the house, was to go to basketball practice. So to grow up with a ball on my hip, like, you don't leave anywhere. Like, you got people, don't leave without your purse. I'm not leaving without my ball. So to do this.
This like cohesive in terms of storytelling and, all that stuff. So.
True. But you're from Oklahoma City though, right? See? Up the street.
From up the street.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Born and raised in Oklahoma City. Moved out of state for a while. Came back. Moved to Tulsa for about a year, and then moved back to Oklahoma City. But as an Oklahoman, like the story of what happened, Tulsa Massacre. I, like most others, we didn't grow up in school hearing about it. My mom told me about it when I was a kid, and but it was, I don't know, like as time went on and it not being reinforced in school, it was like, did she really say that they bombed Black people's houses? Like, so it almost felt like a myth after a while. But then in college, you hear about it more. Well, I had one professor that told us a lot of information about it, and that was like, wow. So everything that I thought I remembered was real. So to be able to honor our ancestors through our talents that we have is just, it's a no-brainer. It's a blessing, and I hope that the messages that all of us have tried to put forth with our work is is resonating with people.
So I'm a transplant, right? But this has definitely become home, and I still feel super akin, right? In the sense that Black Wall Street was built by a lot of people that weren't necessarily from here, right? People that had migrated here with a dream, with a hope, and with a goal in mind to become a part of a community that they had either heard through like friends and family that was thriving and was popping, or they just came down here and was like, yo, this is it.
So many different storytellers, including yourselves. What do you want people to know about Tulsa? Maybe it's like something that might challenge a misconception that you think is common, but like if someone could just take one story, right? One thing about Tulsa, like what is that one thing you would want them to know about this place?
I'd say resilience. Like one thing that I didn't grow up knowing was that Black Wall Street rebuilt. And in a lot of people, well, I mean, I've heard that it was even bigger than it was before it was destroyed. Is that, so it's like the fact that happened it says a whole lot about the folks that live here and that are from here. And of course, unfortunately, things happen and it was destroyed again. But to me, in the future, you can see the energy that's happening right now. And so it's like that same energy that rebuilt before, you can feel it now.
I feel like for us, we move at like a unit. We definitely move together. We're not a big city, but we have like a big city energy to us. So the artists that are here and just, the people coming together collectively and moving the way that we're moving and how we're doing it, I want to say like we're here.
I can add to that. I want people to know that there is talent here, like extraordinary talent, and real capacity, right? Like as a transplant, I don't think that my well-meaning friends and family intended to kind of do damage or make it difficult to kind of like navigate my own like trajectory. But the comments like, why are you still in Tulsa? You know what I mean? Which stems from that idea that because this isn't New York or LA or any number of cities that we've often used as a barometer for success and for capacity, like this is very much here.
I take it from a different stance though. Just think back then they had more than one movie theater on the same street. To have more than one artist that is dope in their own way and still be able to sit in the same room and not just think about self.
Right.
Tulsa has a different background of there's supposed to be one person that does this, the one person that does that. But when you go outside to these other big cities that you speak of, there are multiple people that have just enormous everything. There's more than one musician, there's more than one artist, there's more than one designer, there's more, but Tulsa is back to the point where it's like, you know what? We would have a better art show with all of us. So why not get more people to come and see all of us? Because I love your style of art. Your artwork makes me want to cry because of how much passion is in it. The colors that you use, the different directions that you throw. Like, how many times are you able to sit and compliment people that are within the same light that you're in?
Yeah.
And still be able to shine just as bright, because collectively the stars depend on each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
We still depend on each other in order for us to be as bright as we're supposed to be.
It literally sounds like you're describing community.
Exactly.
Right?
And that's like, that's the reality of it, because
Yeah.
this is such a collaborative community.